All right, good morning. Welcome to today's trading for June the 4th of 2026. Interesting stuff right now that's happening as of like a second ago. This was a major sell side liquidity taken on the 1 hour. But the bottom two. But if y'all look at the 15-minute and the 1 hour, major sell side liquidity that was taken right now. So overall, from a London perspective, again, it's a pretty simple analysis today. It was a bearish push till now, and then again, sell side taken, and I'm just looking for minor buy side to be taken next. Showing all of you the business here. Top right, that's the 1 hour chart. Look at what it took, right? These relative equal lows, like a lot of sell side has been taken right now. There's a bit more sell side maybe below us, but again, like the major levels have been taken, which is of my interest. There's one more level right here, right? But again, that's a pretty bearish rejection. If you look at the hourly perspective, that's the most pertinent thing here is going to be the sell side being taken here. There's a lot of wicks that we can reference. Technically, ICT always says use the biggest one here. If I were to use that one, let's transpose it. Let's see what happens. There's one more here that we could use. But I'm going to set the one that I just chose right now, right here. Right, 15-minute, very similar story. All these new dogs here, and we go gaps, but again, we pushed higher, and then during London, we just dropped to the sell side, which was our target from yesterday. Let's see here. Oh, am I cutting it off? I am cutting it off. There you go. That should be better for all of you. But ultimately, just scrunching up the charts, again, that's the sell side that has been taken. And we're just going to see if we can get a little push here to the upside for session. As I am not interested in shorts. I don't have any short targets left. The market has delivered nicely. Okay, that's what's on like the right hand side of trading that you guys probably won't be looking at with me. I'm just glancing at it every now and then. But that gives us our higher time frame bias on trading the Nasdaq. Okay. Now we got ES on the right hand side and M and Q on the left hand side. Again, I'm more interested in M and Q. So that's going to cover the majority of our charts here. But all in all, 650, we're going to be entering a macro. And we're going to see what we get. There's like one more level of sell side down here. Wondering what's going to happen to it if we do breach it. But currently, like, this is the market structure that we are having. We got these relative equal highs here, right? If we're basically fading the move, which to be honest, we are. I'm not looking for shorts today. If it keeps dropping shorts, so be it. We got minor sell side here. We got minor sell side here. And by sell side, I mean buy side. Sorry about that. Minor buy side liquidity. And then this quadrant here that we drew in. This quadrant, I'm going to be looking at some specific fair value gaps here. So like this one right here. Like, see this fair value gap? Let me blow this up a bit more for all of you. Right? Formed on the lowest quadrant of that wick that we talked about. You know, nice rejections, inversion, and then bam, we drop. So this is going to be a key fair value gap that we're going to be using in the future, right? This line here, oh, that was sell side from the 1 hour. And then this level here is like the lowest possible low of like that little higher time frame chart. We broke below these levels, respected it again. I don't really use lows as like levels of respection. I know ICT does sometimes, but again, we're in the macro right now. Let's see what Price wants to do when it kind of attacks this level, if it does. Because once it hits this level, I don't have anything else on the higher time frame. Okay, nothing. We're at 6 o'clock here. First presentation after 6 o'clock. It looks like technically it's this right here. But when it comes to major displacement, I'd probably say this might be, to be honest, the most important fair value gap of the morning. Not sitting on a quadrant and just using time here. So that's the red box is the 6 a.m. first presentation. And then right now we're entering 7 o'clock here. So pre 9:30 session, we're going to be hunting what's been created during the London Asia. Again, all that we have here is what's above us. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So the lowest low from May the 28th has been taken. So that last Thursday's low. Right. I'm not saying that we're longing from here. I'm just saying that price just tagged liquidity from a wick perspective. A true, if we were to scroll on our chart, is what it would look like. All this here has been tagged, right? And yesterday when we were targeting shorts, wait, was that yesterday? No. This was a level for a very long time, and it finally got tagged here. As you can see, like a lot of eyeballs frying over the last week, but it looks like it delivered during Monday. So again, sell side's been tagged by a wick perspective. The only inversion that I see here is going to be up here. Again, we're going to watch how it's going to respect this fair value gap here. Got like a mini fair value gap right there. And then, you know, assuming we get a nice reversal here. Which again, number one, I don't like how a body never closed below this level. That's what I like to see when it comes to like an actual liquidity sweep. Like that's like a strong close below it. Here we just wick, which technically could suffice, but it's not ideal. Got a small bearish fair value up here, which is not major displacing, and hence I'm not putting a lot of weight around it. But again, I do want to see if it wants to kind of use this as leverage to keep going higher here. As of right now, I'm sitting on my hands and I'm waiting for price to give me a bit more here. Well, I still wake up from my slumber. It was really bad last night. There you go. There's a second drive there. See that wick right there Usually not a strong close, and hopefully we get a body closure below here. That would be nice to see. Yes, it's printing lower lows here. All this can be seen as a bearish order block, push below, displacement, comes back up, touched it, dropped lower once more. If anyone here was up at 613, to be honest, this short right here looked very prime, right? Never tags that liquidity, comes back up, uses the key fair value gap, inverts it nicely, then that would be the short there. This would be, to be honest, the only clean opportunity that was in the after 6 o'clock session. You guys were up then. Proper confirmation. So price pushed lower once into liquidity, a second time. Again, it never dropped a body there below it. Looking at ES2 right now to see what it's doing on its end. You can see the more bearish pair here. Technically, it's NQ. See how these bodies got to the mean threshold of the 650 candle, but it never did on the 650 candle of NQ. Again, I'm just looking at correlation and seeing which asset is the weaker and stronger. But again, right now it's still very bearish. We're watching to see what it wants to do here. We have news today. It is NFP week, my least favorite week. We got unemployment claims at 8:30. And that's about it, I think. Everything else is yellow. So unemployment claims at 10:30. Wait, did I get the right? No, sorry, 8:30 for unemployment claim. Yeah, 8:30. The price line is bottom. Question of the century. We're about to hit 7 o'clock. Remember, at 7 o'clock, I think over the last couple of streams, there was a pretty big spike in a direction. Let's see what direction it picks. Again, there's nothing really strong. Like, the only thing I can see right now is I call this the Mike Tyson 1-2. Punch 1 below sell side liquidity. Punch 2. And then right now, this might turn into a bullish order block and we might start pushing higher from here. Maybe something like that. Close. This is not, guys. This is just, this is not an A+ trade. You're within the macro, 7 o'clock. Gonna probably invert this fair value gap here. It is actually on ES, and then like basically going to be pushing up here. So let's do 20 pips. Come back lower. Okay. This is what I want to see from it. I wanted to come back lower into this fair value gap, show me that it doesn't want to get below the threshold. All right, come back a bit lower here. Just touch that inversion for me. Then we'll take a position. Maybe something like that. I don't like it more. Yeah, I think yes, definitely the more favorable pair. Much 1 point on that. Yes, 1 point value. $50. All right, so right now I'm watching the bullish PDAs that it created, the upside. This could be the bottom, or it could be a minor retracement here. Again, seeing how it reacts to these fair value gaps here. Hey, good morning, guys. About to sell earlier. Oh, Tarika, good job. From 520. 520. Damn. All the way up here. That's good job. Hey, Freeman. All right, so you can see here, as of right now, we closed below one of the only fair value gaps that we had here to the upside. Here's a bullish order block, which technically is a real bullish order block because we displaced twice as high as the candle. Yeah, we got relative highs here. What's Troop saying? NQ seems to be moving similar to whatever NVGO is doing right now, down 15%. Yeah, everything's bleeding right now. Crypto is taking a dump. Bitcoin's going to hit like 50,000 soon. Like liking like the relative equal highs on ES. They're technically relative equal here too. That's buy one. Buy two. All right. Then let's do a sell side stop of. Oh. All right, I'm in a long on ES here. Buy one stop. And we're gonna see if we can sell to limit. The reason why I'm doing ES is just because it just seems more bullish, right? You can see here right now, my position. I hesitated, but I just, you know, I wasn't loving it. We'll see if it'll deliver. But technically shifted market structure to the upside. We created a bullish fair value gap. It respected. And right now my sell stop is below, let's call it the, we had S&T here with the lows. So we'll give it a shot. What is it? 2.71. What's my risk here? 5. Yeah, one. This guy. Supposed to risk 250 on this. I think I accidentally risked 500. So be it. A mental note here of what one contract on ES is worth. All right. Okay. Yeah. One contract, $50 per tick. Good to know. I thought it was $25. Okay. So be it. I'm going to hold it here. See if price wants to basically use this shift in market structure here and continue pushing up higher on the more bullish pair. NQ took out liquidity. We shifted to the upside. Right now it's going to the bearish order block here. So again, there is an edge to the upside. I'll probably label this trade as B. And again, we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's $50. Okay. On the right hand side, I have ES. On the left hand side, I've got micro and NASDAQ. So it's okay. You know, I think the edge is there for longs here. 708. Again, we will see. First presentation is going to be right here for NQ. Good morning, Martin. Yeah, I did combine the 850. Yeah, it can be just one. You're right. You can combine it there. It's just basically one area. I just want to see this kind of go. Once it pumps higher here and creates like another high, that's going to give us confirmation that like we might be continuing the bull trend. But we will see. Right now, my stop loss is below the second fair value app. So technically priced. If we're wrong, it's going to tell us that we're wrong, right? It's going to like technically, I don't want to see this mean threshold here break and I wanted to continue higher. We're right about this bottom. But if we aren't, then this second fair value gap here, or this one, or this inversion here, the support price. So there's I have a lot of PD arrays that price would have to break to prove me wrong. And we're in the more bullish asset class out of the two. So that's that. Again, it's NFP week, so be careful. If I can re-enter this trade, I'll do it at normal risk, not double risk, but yesterday I had a good day, so continue the momentum. Price, you don't want to turn around here? You're going to break all of these PD arrays? You going for? I could. Remember, everything's black on all the time frames here. but we had a lot, I think, to the upside. SMT, shift in market structure on the 1 minute, respect, like it respected the fair value gaps technically on the upside. On ES, this right here, Terminus. Once it breaches these highs, I'm moving my stop loss to below that wick there, to the downside. I'm going to start shaving off risk off the table. So you stay in the game, boys and gals. 656 has no wick below 656. This right here, yeah, it doesn't, but I wouldn't want it to get there. Yeah, exactly, on a later time. And it's also ES. Like ES creates, like, look, no wick there, no wick there, no wick there. There's just so many no wicks on ES. You don't see it as much as NQ, but yeah. All right, moving my sell stop. My stop is right here now, below this low. Done the damage to the downside. So, 25% shaved off already. Just below the mean threshold of this fair value gap here. See how we're almost at the highs here, and ES isn't yet, or sorry, NQ isn't yet. Find your support. Yes. Good boy. I'm looking at this fair value up here now. Like it went to this one, went to mean threshold, rejected. And then we want to see it kind of, it created a fair value gap right here to the upside. A small one. I'm going to draw it. I know it's getting mishy-mashy here. Right? Did it hit mean threshold? It did on ES. And then let's see if it wants to take a drive higher. We got these nice little relative equal highs above us. So sell side taken. A lot of sell side has been taken. Major liquidity has been swept on NQ. And we're seeing right now if this can be the push to the upside. And look, it's almost a 3-to-1, right? So heavy on the RR, and we're keeping it tight on the risk. But I'm not loving this reaction. Kind of not giving us like an immediate push, but so be it. I think the stop loss here is at a decent level. And that could happen if, it could wick here and then push higher, but I think this was a pretty heavy deep pullback to the second fair value gap. Again, body staying above it, and with that push here. So now, see how NQ is struggling right now? I'm glad I'm taking this on the ES. Technically right now, let's see if price wants. Like what fair value gaps do we have? Or like what PD arrays? Got a buy limit on 221. 221. Hoping it flies up. I don't know what 221 means, man. All right, Tamika, take care. Nice short earlier today. Really impressive. Good that you can trade these early times. I guess you have a good time zone. By Tamika, I mean Tarika. All right. All right. I'm going to move my sell stop to below the body of this last bullish order block here. We're almost at half risk here. NQ is not moving up though. ES is. Yeah, SQL. No idea what that means. Yeah, got a crazy name. All right, nice. Noise. We're like, where can you partial, right? There is no partial. We're just gonna let it blast up. All right, so I'll stop below the body of this right. Where's my sell limit? So my sell limit is right here above this high. I'm taking the first high here. Trend line. Looking good, guys. You know, stall stop can be taken technically below that low there. No freaking reason price goes down that low. So, you know, risk is at what, 30% now ish. There you go. Like accidentally over leveraged, but it looks like it's turning out well. This might be my one and done today, guys. This is, you know, TP, then day before NFP. Definitely going to be taking it off. 15-minute breaker. Yeah, we're going into it right now. To be honest, break even is also an option because like what it did on the upside is it created this fair value gap. Let's see if it wants to use it and continue pushing higher. And Q is finding footing as well. But ES is blasting. It's already 60% to highs. And NQ didn't even touch it. Which can be concerning, right? Because you want to see bullish momentum from both. But again, we're in the right asset class. My risk right now, let's see, $3. 1.75, just below 200, 175. Yep. So just below $200. This is a normal risk for me now. All this can be seen as like one bullish order block here. Okay. And then my stop is below mean threshold. So that's an appropriate sell stop. I also got this, you know, bullish order block here on the 1 minute, which price exploded to. Again, you don't want to see that low being taken. And then I have my sell stop just nested right below that fair value gap that I rejected to the upside. I'm liking how these bodies here are respecting mean threshold on ES. I don't trade ES a lot. This is, I think, my third trade in my life. I'm taking an ES trade. Usually it's NQ, but I learned that sometimes it's easier to take a trade on the weaker asset class. And you just have more going for you to trade because we would be struggling right now on NQ. Euro USD, 47, we do not trade Forex. I used to trade Forex when I first started trading. I will never touch it again in my life. So, no bueno, sir. Like, if we're looking at price right now, technically, here we've got, this was a bearish order block here that we touched. See? I'm looking at things like that can go against me, right? So bearish order block here, price respected it nicely, pushed lower, took out sell side on NQ. That I'm not loving. We're closing the lower half of this, displacing fair value out to the upside. This is not prime candle closure. We're going to be entering this level here now, which is that bullish order block that we pushed off of. We're below the mean threshold of it. NQ is fairly heavy here. I don't know, guys. Tempted to break even here. But I feel like I'll definitely be choking the trade. That is not a good response. I'll tell you that right now. I am going to, you know what? I'll leave it. May take me out. But again, like we're going to basically hold to our thesis here that sell side has been taken. It's pushing to this bullish order block on the 1 minute. And then, so basically this is a mitigation block and it's going to want to push up higher here. Once it gets back into this fair value gap, we're going to nest right below this latest push low. Like we don't want to see this like revert right now. So in 15 seconds, there you go. I'm going to slowly creep this up now. That's the low here that I don't want to see taken anymore. Okay. So we're at, what is that, 20% risk now? One point is my risk. All right. 47. Got to block you, bro. You are being annoying. How do I remove? Yeah, buddy. There you go. I think that's better. Yeah, no higher. that was, to be honest, an insane pullback. That was too deep for my liking. But like, whatever. Worst case scenario, we're down $100 here. Best case scenario, it's going to be roughly 1.5K. So that's a risk right now. It's technically right now it's a 30 to 1. I'm very close to breaking even. Once it gets above these highs, I'm going to break even my trade. It took out the equal lows here. Yeah, I took out some sell side right here on ES. ES is a mess. It's moving sideways. NQ, it's still, I just don't want to see this low being taken. Like if this low gets taken, it's not a trade I want to be in. It's not high probability. And at that point, I would be gambling and guessing. Right? Even the sell side can be below that bullish order block low there. So right there, there's my stop loss. All right. So that's the point that almost break even here. We're less than a point now in risk. like that's the low of the day. Yeah, hopefully. Like there's nothing lower here for me to be of interest. And remember, price can do whatever it wants. So all we can do is just participate. I can definitely blast up to the upside. I think that's where the edge is, but it can also take us out, right? So we have to be okay with both sides. And you cannot get triggered. That's the most important thing. We want to see this fair value gap here hold. Like we want it to reclaim and then push higher. This bearish order block, we want to see it close in the upper half, and then that's going to give us confirmation that it's going to push higher once more. But again, like, do I have anything here to go off of? Like, no, it's just like price action going to the downside. And look how explosive these candles are to the upside too. Like it's been like kind of like going down like this, and then big candles, right? Big candles, right? So this is giving me hope that we might be pushing the upside. Okay, so we're roughly almost halfway there to target. I'm going to move my stop loss a touch bit higher. So we're at the body low of the last bearish order block here. Trump will tweet. Yeah, if Trump tweets something, then midnight is away. At least do a giveaway once or twice a week. Will boost your channels. You know what? I'm gonna start doing giveaways when I hit 1,000 subs, and if I see significant, I'll do giveaways. But this channel is more for just people to learn how to trade, take the right executions, and to make their own money, right? Not like hope for a giveaway, but like I might do them in the future. I'll see how that goes. I'll have to figure out even how to give out accounts to people if you just like e-transfer them $100 or something. But yeah, in the future I'll definitely do that. But thanks for the suggestion, poor guy. $650 FEG may be used IFEG in the future. 15. Next 15. Oh, this one right here. Yep. Yep, that is one. That is the what, 6 o'clock? Yeah, it's like the first displacement after 6 o'clock. To be honest, if price gets here, price might actually already breach the highs here. Just seeing how much stronger it is, right? S&T is forming on the highs here. Like look how high this high is versus this high, right? But it just has to keep going. Remember, guys, if this trade hits TP, it's done. Walk away pre-NFP. This is a tough day to trade, and tomorrow is going to be a tough day to trade as well. So this reclaimed fair value gap, this is really the only thing. Like you can see here, price is struggling. What time is it right now? We're not in a macro time. 7:30 right now. We're just technically hoping that it continues to create higher highs without taking previous lows here. It already did on NQ. It did that damage. So NQ should be seeing that push higher now. We're above like that relative equal low on NQ. That's this black line right here. And it looks like, you know, before we kind of used it as like resistance, and now we broke above it and we technically using this as support. But again, we are ICT traders, so it could be this reclaimed fair value gap. I'm liking how these bodies here are closing as well, all in the upper half. Like that's what I want to see. Hopefully we don't see closures below this level, because then we're at risk for being stopped out, right? Right. There you go. A nice little push from this reclaimed fair value gap. Nice. And like, look, it's like a meaningful fair value gap. It displays away. You guys are learning something in this trade, or like generally, in like the last, how long have I been streaming for? 45 minutes? Damn, time flies. Feel free to drop a like. It just lets me know that my content is of value, at least a bit. Great session. Well, listen, it's not a great session yet. It's going to become a great session once we walk away with money. So, oh my gosh, why is 47 back? I'm gonna put them in a time. 24 hours. That's 47 guys, the most annoying guy I've met so far. We're printing money, learning a lot here. Good stuff. Yeah. The most important thing about trading, I think, is just staying calm. And like, if you get tagged out, walk away for at least like the session, because your next trade is going to be shit. That's what defeats me as a trader. When I go on tilt, I lose way too much money. And when I stay calm and composed, that's where things, you see more break evens, more wins. Everything is mindset. If someone pisses me off outside of trading, it affects trading. There's just so many. Oh my gosh, come on, price. You know, technically, I think break even is, you know, like right now you can technically go to break even. Just wouldn't want to see price. It's, again, I'll leave it here as a quarter of a risk. Just trying to nest my stop loss behind as many PD arrays as possible. I create a relative equal highs here. Don't do this to me, price, man. Did news come out or something? Yeah. Forex factory financial news. Okay, so right now, being honest, I think it's right now a 50-50. It goes up to target or it takes this out at technically break even. Price created this precipitous drop here. We might get a fair value gap here, but again, not liking NQ at all. And then ES. And this bearish breaker, you can see here, 1, 2, 3 touches. Once it gets here again, it's going to blast through. But again, the question is if it's going to get there before taking us out and doing some more damage to the downside. That I don't know. All we can do is just control our entry and just control our stop loss. New 4-hour, yeah. Come on, NQ. So there you go. There is a bearish fair value gap there on NQ. It just took out that low there. And then maybe it just might just blast through right now. And that was just the liquidity sweep to the downside. Again, to be honest, I don't know. But all I can do is just control my stop loss here and hope that it doesn't get tagged. It's below the most latest swing low. Bullish order block here on the 1 minute. After a significant displacement to the upside, bearish breaker against us. Again, 50-50 here. Could be partial here. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, not liking this at all now. Let's see here. Right, we pay our stop loss to do a job. NQ is ultra bearish here. I don't think we'll survive this, but right, and I'm out. I'm out for like $50. So technically that candle took me out there. Oh, so close, guys. So freaking close. Yeah, it could be one more sweep, but at this point, you know, let's remove the sell limit here. But overall, I think that was like a decent idea, right? We swept, we inverted. There's SMT, relative equal highs above us. It was technically within the right time of day. We were in the macro. We got rid of basically all our risk, and that's what trading's about. And now we wait for the next trade. All right, so one break-even trade. What I am DJ Richard saying. 4-hour BIST 0.75 quadrant was the premium of the morning and price got to 4-hour BIST. Yeah. There's just so many ways to place a nice price, but I don't really look at the 4-hour. I don't look at the 4-hour at all. Yeah, but right now it's moving into a 4-hour, yeah, BIST. So I see what you're saying. I've got as you're trading through 3 contracts. I mean, and sold one. Should I hold? Add one more. You got in at 444. Man, you guys got at such good levels when everyone here in North America is sleeping. Yeah, technically, yeah, just trail your stop loss, to be honest. Like, you wouldn't want price breaking this level, right? Like, I think at a minimum, if you're shorting right now, stop loss below here. That's basically, once price breaks this, we're probably going to go higher, right? This is most likely an exhaustive gap to the downside. But yeah, but like, should you accidentally sold one? I don't think that was a mistake, to be honest. Just see it as you partialed out on the way down. I think that's completely okay. I probably wouldn't buy, to be honest, here, because like it drops for so long. Like, that's just my personal opinion, not financial advice. But if you're dropping for so long, I would never buy down here. Okay, because like we were looking for longs here, and you're looking to sell additional, right? It could go down lower. Don't get me wrong, but in my opinion, I'm still my long position. Oh, long bias as of right now, I don't have one. We had one, but our stop loss told us that we're incorrect about it. Now we don't have one anymore. So I probably wouldn't. It's have your stop loss at a level where your thesis is wrong or your bias is wrong, right? What we're going to do here. I'm going to look at this fair value gap here. Again, if it inverts it, it's going to be attempt 2, guys. Going to be attempt 2. Like, price, where are you going to? Like, you're bearish, I understand, but you got some bullish buy side to take. You look at NQ here. Like, if we close in the upper half, like maybe all this was like the fake liquidity sweep, and then it finally just drove below, and now this is going to be the real one. What is that? 6 times 50. Once we close above it, I'm going to buy one. We're going to buy one. Let's see. Liquidity sweep to the downside. Aggressively pushed. And then again, we'll see if price wants to invert this and continue pushing higher. So we're waiting for that closure above this fair value gap on ES or NQ. That'd be a nice little nifty trade. Yeah, but yeah, the 4-hour right now, we're entering a BIST. The 1 hour, we're entering, again, a level of, like, how much lower is it go? So anyways, we're going to wait for price to give us something here. Maybe we might catch secondary longs off of the sweep. Yeah, and it's okay. Like, guys, it's fine. Like, we're wrong on the entry. We lost technically no money. The initial bias was correct. Price was moving there. You move your stop loss back to break even. Like, the best thing you can do is, like, you're going to trade and you're a break even. It's either it makes profits or it's the best possible position. It's called like nirvana as a trader. So you can see here, like, it's definitely using this bearish fair value gap as possibly a drive lower, right? But we're seeing if it wants to invert this. In 28 seconds. I'm watching this, and I'm also going to be watching this as well on NQ. Again, ES is the more bullish. I feel like you have like an unfair advantage going long in ES. I do want to see this invert to the upside. I'm not loving how on NQ the bodies are just staying below mean threshold. That gives me the heebie-jeebies. Let's see what ES wants to do here. It wants to close above. And if it does, then that's going to give me confirmation that we might be pushing higher, right? Again, all this was is one massive liquidity sweep to the downside. I don't have targets or a draw alone. Let me look at the daily. I'm not in the trade, by the way, guys. I'm waiting for more. I've stated earlier. Down 600. I don't want expiration, man. When is MNQ expiring? Let's see. This is MNQ contract expiry date. It's expiring on June 18th. Oh, is it cutting in and out? Okay, sorry about that. I'll talk about louder. Hopefully that's better. So you can see here on NQ, look at the bodies. The bodies tell the story. See? Suspicions that it's going to hold, and it did hold, and it's dropping lower now. So if I were to go long on NQ, I'd want to see this invert as well, right? Like just because this closes a candle above, this would be painting a different story. Like this is painting shorts, right? This might be painting possible rejection and going long. So that's how I'm using ES and NQ together, and they're giving me clues about each other. Or if price here rejects mean threshold and it closes above, that's going to be nice, right? Because it's technically, it's holding to mean threshold and then it's breaking past mean threshold. And that's going to be ultimately the long. So let's wait and see here. I'll tell you this, like these highs are going to get taken. Price shouldn't leave them. Two to one if we were to take a long turn, it hits target. Interesting. So NQ is interesting because we respecting me threshold, broke below it. We're pushing back into it, right? So right now I'm thinking like, what does price might do here? Depending on how it closes. But if it starts closing above it, that might give us like a little small hint that like, we might be breaking above it, right? Because technically a rejection like this, you never want a body to close above mean threshold. So this I'm seeing as a weakness right now. ES closed above. Let's see what it does when it pushes lower and see how it respects. we're just waiting right now. We're just waiting for the right 1 minute confirmation here. But yeah, we're pushing lower. We took out sell side. Again, that's right here. See how it's nice to get confirmation both from NQ and from ES, like we did here. Shift in market structure, SMT. It'll push higher. 3 minutes till macro, guys, too. So macro's coming in 3 minutes. That's good. So maybe that's going to be a little nifty little push that we got. It could push down, guys. We're waiting for confirmation here. Trade thesis, to be honest, am I liking this more than the previous one? I think so, like, because we never closed below that low from a body perspective, but we finally, am I making this up right now? Yeah, you can see here, like we never closed below the lows from a body perspective. We pushed higher, and now we finally, like, this is like a real close below sell side liquidity on the daily. And now we're seeing, does price have the umph to close below us, close above this? Like if price takes out this high, let me pull up my arrow here. It's going to probably take out this high too, which is the relative equal highs on ES. So that's what we're waiting for right now. You can see here price, it closed above on ES. It's still closing above mean threshold. I think I'm going to buy one here. Let's give it a couple more seconds. 2 more minutes here. More intel required. Yeah, I'm buying one here. We're going to have one sell side stop. What's my risk here? Let's calculation. 6.5, 350. Okay. And then we're going to be targeting these relative equal highs here. We are going to sell limit. So we haven't had closure yet, but like we're entering macro. It was another sweep on sell side. We took out sell side. I'm anticipating buy side here. NQ didn't close here. See, technically seeing it close above would be primo, but if it closes, it might close above way more. So again, that's the risk that I'm taking. So attempt 2 here, boys. What's the risk? 2. So my RR is 2.3. I'll stop. I'm gonna be below there. I'm already cutting. I do not want to see price get down to this low here. All right, and away we go, boys. Away we go, boys. We're in the macro. I'm liking that displacement that we had right before the macro. Theory, price should never break. No body should close below a mean threshold of this inversion fair value gap here. Nice displacement to the upside. Come on, macro, take us home. To be honest, I'm only in one contract here on ES. Good idea to take partials here. If I could, I would, but I can't. So that's why it's good to trade on like the MES, right? The micro. All right, let's see here. Price is approaching. And to be honest, after doing this and price coming back into this level, I think it's going to break. That's my guess here. You can see here how much bullish ES is over NQ. Like, look, ES is almost at these highs here, and NQ still has a ways to go. Okay. Let me flash this so I don't get in trouble. Disclaimer that none of this is trading advice. Not financial advice. Not financial advice, but we're printing money. right? Sell stop. I'm moving it right here below mean threshold. So we're 50% out from risk. There you go. These highs. Again, if you're in micros, I'd probably partial here. Like this is what the smart trader would do, partial. So you don't get triggered if price were to go back down and take us out of break even or even at a half loss. So I mean, if you could, if you're not, you don't have one contract like I do, it's a good way to partial. This should be like around $700 if it hits target. The one thing I don't know how to do is when I'm trading on directly on TradingView, I don't know how to make this like a money sign. Like it's going to be, oh, you know what? We can do the calculation here. 15.75. So 16 times 50. Yeah. So it's going to be $800, just under $800. It's target. Come on, second attempt. You got to take us home here. These highs are too smooth for you not to take it. Let's add a magnet. Sometimes this helps. Magnet. And let's point it down. There you go. That's the draw there. Ladies and gentlemen. This fair value gap here on NQ. Am I blocking with my face? I'm not. This one, again, of concern. But I think we're going to hit target before he gets there. So. Right, so we're creating some really nice fair value gaps here. So we know the bearish order blocks here, so let's remove it. But to the upside, right? Bullish order block, technically. And we have all these inversions here that I just blasted through. So to be honest, I'll stop and go right there. I think that's reasonable because for it to get there, it has to break fair value gap 1, fair value gap 2, fair value gap 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 either inversion or regular fair value gaps here, either SIBIs or BISIs. And if price gets here, we're definitely wrong. So we're basically technically risk-free again. There you go. All this sell side here being taken. Again, I recommend partialing here. You guys are in longs. I would. I can't. We're just basically going in for the big money here. Prop trading at the end of the day, so might as well. And if this hits, I'm going to be very picky about my next trade. My goal for prop firms is to get roughly $1,000 to $1,500 per day. I think that's a good target on 50K accounts. So basically 50% of what you have available to you. So remember, guys, this is good level to target. So this should be partial. If you can partial. Okay. All right, because this is minor buy side right here, guys. Okay. Trend line, minor buy side liquidity. But to be honest, look, and the reason why I'm not selling here is if price took out all this, like massive move to downside, which was a Judah swing, then why wouldn't it get to these relative equal highs here? Right? That's how I'm seeing it. So, you know, I can close it down for 450 here. Or I think at this point, to be honest, I'm going to move it up a bit more. There you go. Our risk is like $50 at this point. I'm at the mean threshold of there's a wick right here before these two fair value gaps here. Look what it did here. It created relative equal highs. It didn't even take the last level of buy side here. See this fair value gap? I don't like. It's there. I'm going to delete it. I just don't like it. not clean. Like, see how it kind of printed back and forth. It did respect it, like, you know, to the upside, to the downside, but I'm not crazy about it. Okay. I like clean rejections. Like, this is a clean rejection here, right? Right now on NQ. That's a clean rejection. This is nice too. Look at this. Mean threshold, highs, lows, mean threshold, rejected, drop. So just look at cleanness and how nicely price rejects. If it colors, the more it colors, just try to ignore it. I think right now we might get a pullback here for this fair value gap, and then we're going to blast through these relative equal highs here. We have a lot of good levels still above us. Looks like I should have gotten the one extra contract. Black Cardway TV. Honestly, stick to a model with the right size risk. If it's going in a direction, you can't think, oh, I should have like doubled down. Because like, what if it went the other way? Then you would have lost it. So just have something, you know what? Just in case, I'm going to move it one tick down. We're going to target like the first high. You know how many times price screwed me over that it just stopped right at my profit target and never took me out? So we're going to do that there. Okay, I'll stop. I'm moving it up. So officially, we'll make $50 here. 50 or 800. Yeah. You can't think that way, man, because you will ruin yourself if you're like, oh, I should have risked more, or I should have went full port, or no, man, just like, look what I did. I risk roughly between 250 to 300 per trade. And if it goes against me, I take my loss. If it goes with me, perfect, right? And just keep it consistent, because eventually you want to get out of prop firms. And if you have enough capital, you want to trade your own money, which is going to be my goal soon. Maybe like your actual capital connected to prop firms, and you want to trade it in a very regular way. You're risking 1%, 1 to 2%. Like, let's say if 100K, you risk 1% of that, which is 1,000, and that's like your, you know, one risk trade or 1R on each trade. And if it goes against you, then the next one, you risk half of that. You make it back and you protect your capital and you participate in price. Because remember, trading's a marathon, guys. It's not a sprint. We don't want to see price get down here. That would suck. But I think there's too many PD arrays here for price to really dig down. If it does, we're just going to say it's pre-NFP trading. But technically, we are in the macro. Look at that, guys. Right before the macro, we're like shaping up nicely. It should push higher. So this is the power of the macro. Why isn't the macro showing here, though? Oh, I know why. There you go. I never had it on ES, but here's the macro. See? Okay, so we took out minor buy side, guys. Again, recommendation, partial, not financial advice. After this, I'm going to change this to MES so I can do actual partials out with you guys. This is the wrong contract here to trade off of. Yeah, cool. Good stuff. Remember, like, everyone's goal here is to learn a bit more about ICT. I think ICT is where you get your knowledge from, not me per se, but I'm just using what I learn and what I understand, and I apply it to price, and I found consistency in it, and I'm just sharing it, right? So that's my goal here for the channel, just to create more profitable traders, or at least just share what I do real time. And hopefully that helps all of you. That's just my goal here. And you guys keep me really honest. Like, you guys, sometimes I take really shitty trades off stream because I try doing like 10 to 1s. But you guys really keep me honest. And I take normal, regular trades with the right risk parameters, with the right PD arrays, with the right stop loss management. So you guys definitely keep me accountable here. So probably say some of my better trading is actually live. All right. So we took out minor buy side here. Let's see if price wants to. So it's pushing back into these two fair value gaps that I have here. Would be unfortunate to see it go all the way back down lower. Technically, hold on. If I had my stop there, how many ticks would that be? Just giving it like that full regular 125. All right, that's $70 of risk there. I'll just have it below that fair value gap. Technically, below, like if you look at this fair value gap here, see this wick right here? Technically, this area is balanced. So having your stop at mean threshold here should do it. It should even do it up here because it's the second fair value gap. But to be ultra safe, again, just have it nested below the body of that fair value gap. That is the smartest thing that you can do. So and recently I'm focusing on having a slightly safer stop loss and trying to hold every single dollar to my account, because many times, and what triggers me the most is I get wicked and then it goes, and you have no idea how many times that has happened. I'm trying to adjust my trading just a bit, and I try letting price breathe a bit more. With that, little small losses here and there, but it allows me to catch runs that I would have got stopped out on. It's like here, for example, we would have got stopped out here, but because we had our stop loss at a more safer level, we survived this pullback, okay? It took us out of stop even anyways, but it allowed us to participate in that pullback there, right? Just giving price a bit more to go off of. So price, you can see here the bodies. The bodies tell the language, guys. Like we have these two imbalances here on the 1 minute. Look what it did. It just closed in the very upper quadrant and then it pushed away. So this is a bullish sign, right? Like price isn't even getting close to mean threshold. That's what we want to see. And this might be the leg to the next price higher. But again, like what am I looking for is, number one, it would be great if this high was never closed below, which technically it was here by 1 tick, but that's fine. We can call that a mohawk, as ICT calls it. Number two, mean threshold don't want, and if it does, then you're praying that the low here doesn't get broken. And then again, that gets broken, then basically your saving grace would be the second fair value gap here. So we'll see here. Yeah, equal highs on NQ. We have. Very good. Yep. Martin, great analysis there. I agree with you. Relative equal highs formed, sell side swept, and now we should blast. And when we blast through this, most likely we're going to hit our target here. So things are looking good right now. Okay. I'm going to remove this, guys. You guys haven't partialed out now. I can't help you. Oh my gosh. If price tags me out again at basically break even, I'm going to lose it, guys. But at least the entries are snipers. Like I think 2 great entries in the morning session. Just these targets aren't being hit. On NQ, let's create some lipstick. Got a fair value up there. Like it's just, there's so many bullish PDAs here. And then we got these inversions here, right? Inversion here. So technically like we wouldn't want to see the low here being broken. Yep. 4 hours looking good. 1 hour's looking good. I'm liking all time frames, guys. Everything is looking great here. Price just needs to deliver now. That's all it has to do. So to be honest, from a confluence perspective, I think everything's looking good. At this point, we're at the mercy of ES and NQ. And price, remember, it can do whatever it wants. In theory, it should go up based on what we know about price. But Trump can tweet, or it can. But it I think 70% chance we hit target, 30% chance we get stopped out. Like that's right now my confidence here. SMT here. See how we created like a lower low on NQ, but not on ES? The ES is the more bullish pair. House advantage, baby. And always look at these two pairs, guys. And if you're seeing a setup on this and this is way more bullish, just take it on ES. Trust me, you're going to survive the pullbacks. Like here, I think we would, like, if we'd taken the same trade on NQ, we would have gone and stopped out with this pullback here. But ES, no chance. All right. There's no way that this stop's going to get hit here at this point. Securing $50. I'm securing a pizza lunch today. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going. Tomorrow I might not live stream. I'll see. I'm going to open up the chart at 6 o'clock. And if I don't see anything clean, I'm not going to force a schedule because it's NFP at 8:30. Historically, I've lost money and I've made money on that day. Like, it's not like I can't say like I'm a pro NFP trader. It's more of a wild card. But I'll see. I'll see if we stream tomorrow. You might just do some price reading. Maybe just some tape reading. No trades. We're going to lock out and just do tape reading just to get our reps in. 8:30 news, jobless claims, 20 minutes. We should hit. If we're close to target, I'm going to close off manually by 8:30. Look at this, guys. Relative equal high still forming on NQ. All right. I'm having my stop loss right below the mean threshold of the second fair value gap here. Again, like, you don't want to see it go there because we've created, technically, this is one giant bullish order block here, or at least this right here. Okay. This is a bullish order block. We pushed away from it. We displaced. Price were to get here. Remember what it has to do. It has to break this fair value gap, break this order block, break this low, break this fair value gap, break this inversion fair. Like you're done. You're cooked. Little spike lower. I don't know what that was. That's the bullish order block, and this is what it needs to keep going. Again, if you partialed out, again, you shouldn't be stressed at this point. You've made money. Fortunately, I can't do shit here. I'm not going to have my stop below that low because it can definitely just grab that sell side there and reverse and go higher. But at this point, we just wait. But we get sniper entries here. 8:30 news can push us higher, but we get sniper entries here. Yeah. So we're waiting right now. Bullish order flow. It still seems somewhat, again, am I loving now? And I always look at these bodies here, like close right below mean threshold. Am I actually, hold on. I have this fair value gap drawn in correctly. Nope, we're still below mean threshold. But again, I don't want to see this kind of, now push higher. Use this fair value gap, use this order block here. And we want to push. Oh, well, give us the trade, bro. I'm not going to give up on this trade. Come on, price, hold it. I'm going to move my stop loss a bit lower here. Just in profit, so it covers margin. I just don't want to get wicked out here. Hitting mean threshold of the second fair value gap and just going higher. I don't really care about like $100 of profit here. So I'd rather all or nothing here. Technically, you shouldn't move your stop losses. I'm definitely breaking that rule here. You shouldn't do that, but I'm just using the information here of what price may possibly do. And again, once it tags me out, I don't think I'm going to have a second opportunity to get back in before news. Looks like making some discounts with ES. Yeah, so yeah, both ES and NQ just took out again. Look, 1 drive lower, 2 drive lower, 3 drive lower. Here's a 4th drive lower. There's this concept that he talks about. It's called the 3 Indians, or the 3 drive pattern, where it drives 3 times lower and then it reverses. Again, it technically did that already. And hopefully we see a turnaround here. Maybe it might get down to this fair value gap here. But again, I am liking how ES isn't getting as low as NQ, but we'll see. If price hits my stop loss, guys, I'm probably going to call it. I'll wait till 8:30 news. All right, this right here. That's something I don't want to see bodies close below. The moment bodies close below it, we're in trouble. And after this, I'm changing my contract. After the stream, it's going to be M&Q. Because I should be out with profits right now at this high here that we talked about. But we couldn't. We're stuck, right? There should have been some profits at least. Yeah. If it supports here nicely, you know what? I might scale in actually. We'll see. We'll see if we can bottom here. All right, we got this right here. Is this a failure swing? Yeah, it could be seen as one, or it can just be seen as liquidity grab here, going to inefficiency with a push higher. There's 2 ways of seeing this market right now. Again, like we saw targets to the upside. It might be a post-news thing, but technically, I'm seeing how we respect this general area here, and if I can see a bottom forming, I might just scale in one more contract and double up my risk with minimal upside. Okay, I'm gonna buy one more here. Right, I'm assuming that was the pullback, the low, the Judah swing. Right, I'm at break even. And right now I've just basically doubled my trade size. Because if it's gonna pull back below this, I'm wrong. And if it doesn't, like regardless, I'm still making 0 off this trade. And right now all I did is just double my possible target profit here. So we'll see. I wouldn't want to see price getting below that low right there. My risk is like minimal. We'll see. Or you know what? The smarter trade would do something like this. What's the risk there? 150, $150. There you go. There's my little scale in there. Let's see if I'm right about this. Yeah, it might be a post 8:30 trade. Come on, price. Get above this fair value gap here. All bodies stayed within it. Nice. Nice. I want to see this invert as well, like this displacement fair value to the downside. Break it. Hopefully, if we get above this, I think we're safe. Guys, this is very tough price action. Okay. If you guys are looking at this and you're like, wow, this is over, like I'm struggling. There's nothing fun about this price action. 817, pre-NFP, pre-news. I want my stop loss to be right below there. Right now. That's where I'm going to move my stop loss in just a sec. Right now it's here. Again, I'm just letting it find a bottom. Don't want to see a little dinky wick. This push higher was very anemic. If it hits sell side here, how much would it be? It'd be $1,400. Okay. I'm risking 100 right now, so 14 to 1 technically. If I were to look at my relative stop where profit is, that I didn't like. But let's see if it wants to find the low there. Come on, price. Do for the stream. I think I'm going to try to recoup some loss on a quick scalp back up. Profit area. Black card. I have no idea what you're doing, man, but all right, I'll stop moving. Below mean threshold now with the second fair value gap. Again, just trying to protect my risk, the downside. And technically, this we sweeped. Sell side liquidity. We filled some imbalances. We just touched this from a wick perspective. Right now, we're going to be going into this area here, okay? So technically, I'm going to have my sell stop. Oop. Right below my entry. My risk right now is, what is that, $50? We're going to move it below this wick in just a second. I just want to see it push into this level and we'll get below this wick. And that's going to be my invalidation. Once we get below here, clearly this wasn't the low. Or you know what, yeah, it's going to be the bottom of this fair value gap here. So we're basically risk-free at this point, either 0 or 1,500. And we'll see what price wants to do here. Tough freaking. To be honest, if I get stopped out, I'm hands-free until 8:30 and seeing what price wants to do there on news. Right now it's consolidating, right? On ES, like this sideways price action. Like this right here, this reclaimed fair value gap, this is what I'm hoping it's going to hold off of and go higher. Okay. All right, I'll stop because we're technically break even right now. And now we just wait. Did anyone hear partial? I'm curious. Did anyone grab these partials where I set the partial if you guys could partial? See, now I can partial. I got 2 contracts in ES. So if price gets to like a reasonable level, we can partial and get profits, right? But again, if price were to break above all this, most likely it's going to the high. I'm not liking the PA on ES or on in Q. I think it's 50-50 right now, to be honest. This could be the low or it can drive lower. We'll have to wait and see. This is ES, guys. Right-hand side is ES. Left side is MQ. I trade both, but right now I'm on the ES trade. All of today's trades were ES because it's the more bullish pair. And I have an edge on the market just by trading ES. So technically sell stop. We can move it now. This low right here, we have $100 locked in, okay? And now we're going to ride this totally up until news. I'm a bit worried about news. We'll see where we're at. We might do a full close if we're close to the high. I'm not going to gamble on the news. It's just, is it orange folder or is it red folder? Orange folder, unemployment. Thank you again. At this point, we will see. Threshold. What's the 5 minute saying? Not much. Bearish, if anything. 15-minute, I don't have a read on it. And 1 hour, 4 hour bullish. It looks like we created a bottom on ES. I'm not convinced about it, but it seems a bottomed out. It took out the side. Right now, it looks like it's going to be smashing through that red SIBI. Okay. Okay. It's pushing into this displacement higher. Again, I want to see it slice through. And then once it slices through, I think we're home free at that point. I'll stop, technically below this bullish order block here. I think it's safe. Right. What's my profit here? Let's calculate it. Yeah, it's just $100. 100 or 1.4? Okay, let's see. Let's calculate it. I wish there was a better way of doing this. See. 13, yeah, just under 1400. Okay. Anyways. Bullish order block. No displacement away from it, but we did create a high twice the size of the bearish or bullish order block. So that confirms it that it's a bullish order block. We created a low here. It looks like ES created a lower low. We have SMT between ES and NQ. I like this push higher above this bearish fair value gap. Like this is definitely creating an invalidation of it. If like the bodies were staying at the mean threshold of it, that would be an issue. But because the bodies went above it, and again, this one closed below it, but it's still within it. I'm liking this, that it might actually use this as, a bullish PD array and push price higher. That's how I'm looking at price right now. Again, I'm also looking at this one right here. You can see two conflicting values here and views, but it looks like price here is pushing the right direction. Or to partial out one, that would be 250. No, we're going to hold it. I would partial out if we get maybe around here. Like that, like this might be like a good partial level, right? That's where my partial is going to be if it gets there. Like right before news, I'll take the partial at the high there, but then I'll let the last contract run. All right, that rejection there of this bearish fair value gap, not prime. We've basically been this little block here. I feel like when news drops, it's going to be a 50-50. I feel like it's going to push up though. Like that's my gut instinct. Like it's going to be a spike to the upside. Like NQ created liquidity. Look how nicely it's rejecting this fair value gap NQ. If you guys look on the left-hand side here, all the bodies are staying above it. So that's nice to see. Engineered highs, pullback, nice little rejection of the second fair value gap here to the downside. Never got back to the inversion. And now let's see if we're going to get that little bump. Ugh. Man, this PA is so dog shite. Guys, a minute and 50 seconds before news. At this point, it's a 50-50. Whatever price does, it does. And there's nothing I can do about it. It might wick us out, go up higher. It might blast higher. It might blast lower. I really thought we'd hit target before 8:30 news. I was wrong. I'm gonna add one. I'm just gonna have it one tick below this fair value up here. Okay, do I have a family? News dropping in 10 seconds here. Princess, you gotta wait. Could give us 5 more minutes here. News drop in, dropped. Perfect little punch to the upside. I'm moving my sell stop here. I'm gonna partial out one at this high, sell limit, and then that's gonna be our next one. There you go. Partial first hit. I'm moving my stop loss. Where is my stop loss? I don't even have one anymore. Let's create it here. Sell stop. Perfect. Right above here now. So we've locked in 300 there, or 400. I don't even know how much we locked in there. There's no way for me to tell. Settings. Show execution. So basically, like that's where we got out right there. And you can see like our first entry was there. Let's do this properly. There you go. Oh, now this is working well. And the next one here is going to take us home. It's the runner. Targeting 7549.75. Again, sell stop just below. You know what? It can even be at the body of like this bullish order block. Price should not get here. Yes, pump. Look at that, guys. See, engineer liquidity. We created that low. We even scaled in here. And I'm just playing with guys, this is just 2 contracts here. And we'll see here. And if it doesn't hit it, that's fine. If it hits it, great, right? But when you partial, so much stress gets relieved from you as a trader. So if you guys are learning something here and you guys enjoy my patience, feel free to drop a like. I'd appreciate that. I try live streaming at least 3 times a week. Live streaming is not easy, believe it or guys. It's one of the hardest things I've done in my life, but I'm going to do it to give back to the community. And yeah, appreciate the likes. And again, if you guys want to support the channel, I have some affiliate codes on the top there if you guys want to use it. But this is my Funded family right now that I'm trading off of. As of right now, I think they're one of the cheapest prop firms. So I'm currently trading them until they become not the cheapest anymore, and then we go find the cheapest again. And it's just a little dance between all the little prop firms that we have. What gives you the best deal? They have 1-day passes, which is great. So if you blow your account, you can pass it in a day. Great signals. Oh no, nothing here is trading advice. This is not trading advice, not financial. No financial advice here whatsoever. We're just pushing buttons on a screen and we're guessing where price wants to go, guys. And we're not using ICT concepts. Oh, Jay, man, what's up? We predicting. What about Apex? Yeah. Yeah. You guys read in between the lines. I want everyone here to full port. Come on, price. Don't stop us out. Keep going up. We got a little fair value gap here. We want to see that hold, to be honest. We got the news. If it takes us out here, it's okay. Like, we're technically right, and we're not completely right, but these relative equal highs here, they should be taken. There's no reason for them not to be taken. Yeah, great. Now everyone thinks they want a full port. Like, could you imagine? I'm like, yeah, what if we full ported all the way down here? Would have been like 5,000. You know what's the easiest thing to do, guys? Not financial advice. Some people do this, is they get, but it's not good on the long term, but they get two accounts of 2 different prop firms. They long one and short the other. And then one blows and one makes 2,000. And then that's when you trade moving forward. Then you're only like two trading days away from profit. But again, like, you have to have that consistency if you're trading with it. But it's just, it's how you break the system ever so slightly. But I don't recommend that. That's not going to create profitable long-term trading. You gotta have conviction, back testing, an idea, proper risk management, I'll tell you my weakness. It's my emotions. That's where I blow, I get on tilt, and that's where I trade very poorly. But today we have full control. Like, NQ tried to grab us by the balls and it failed to do so. Look at these equal highs here. Let's add one more magnet, guys. There you go. Double the strength up here. 2 magnets. I feel like 3 might be a bit excessive. So we'll leave it at 2 magnets here. Once price breaks this high, we're gonna do this. We're gonna move it right below mean threshold. So right now it's below mean threshold of the last bearish order block here before the push higher. So what is that for? I gotta do this manual. That's 2. So that's $200, I think. No, $100. That's 2 points in ES. There you go. That's the push. Ladies, watch this right here, guys. Once this gets tagged, we might see a reversal. So like, see how I'm looking at minor buy side right here? It could just tag this and just start dropping lower, and ES will never hit these highs, right? It's just, and it's looking at probability here. So once it tags here, you can definitely close off the trade on ES. I'm going to trail it real tight right when we hit this level, or you can close it off completely. But I don't want to see any retracements on ES once we tag, like once NQ tags the level, I do not want to see any retracements, and we're about to tag it right. Right. Now, all right, sell stop below the swing low, below order block. Look at that massive spike that we had on NQ. Insane. That's my profit around 350. Honestly, whatever. I have it right below that bullish order block on the 1 minute. See how we're just what? Just 0.75 points short. But that's okay. We're not going to cry about it. It might tag us out here. But we're just going to do some aggressive trailing here. I should have listened to my own advice. Once this gets tagged, just close the trade off, but it is what it is. Mean threshold not being breached. Very good. Hopefully we get that one last push higher. Again, yes, you got juicy highs here. Don't want to see this bullish order block here break to the downside, because this is no pullback that you want to hold. Take your profits, and it's going to be time to leave. All right. All right. Very nice, very nice, very nice. I'm putting it below the body of this last bullish order block here. Again, I'm just squeezing my profits right now. Wife's yelling at me that I'm streaming for too long. Look at that, guys. That's my external pressure. I don't make enough money, I get yelled at. Stream too much, you get yelled at. So hopefully you guys appreciate that my wife is yelling at me right now. I also watched the last lecture from ICT, and he targeted the high of the hour of the macro. Yeah. The high, let's see here. Technically, yeah. Highs have already been breached. Wait. Actually, I don't know if it's been on NQ. It has, yeah. But to be honest, if you're long on NQs, guys, that's gonna be the draw. To be honest, you can even like exit here, but we're gonna hold it a bit more. We're gonna put our stop loss right below mean threshold of this bullish order block here and this wick. Again, I want to see it go up. Like, it should be using this as rocket fuel and push it to the upside. My conviction right now, just letting you guys know, being in this trade, is I think it's 50-50. It should go here, but it can definitely start reversing just because of NQ. So to be honest, I'm not highly confident that it should hit. I think I'm like 70-30, but that's why I'm trailing my stop loss so aggressively. Usually you shouldn't do this, but right at the end, it's a good idea. Very good, coach. I'm just a random guy, man. Just streaming NQ and ES. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is technically a suspension block right here too. So we got like a suspension block, the downside. We inverted. Yeah, the news was good. And remember, right before news, we just went to break even, and we're like, whatever price does, it does, right? You have no expectations on what price should do. We just participate, guys. Nog. Not. Oh, okay. We appreciate it, brother. Hit those likes. Like, yeah. Yeah, if you guys are liking the stream and you guys learn, feel free to drop a like. It really helps me. I've really struggled with this channel for a long time, but likes do help. Okay, princess. I'm almost done. The boys and the gals here, we've made serious profits. I will join you for breakfast very soon. Okay? It just has to hit this little red box here. And these little boxes here, they just have to turn white and go to this level. Watch out. Not too many feathers for Dom, or you can't. Yeah. All right. Okay. Keep going. And to be honest, guys, after this, I'm done for the day. I'm not trading past like the pre-NFP. All right. I'm moving my stop loss. We move it below this order block here. Decisions. Yeah, let's do it. I told you guys I'm going to be aggressively scaling, so I'm going to keep my word. All right. So it's either it hits this or it hits this. Yeah. Thanks, John. All right. Target hit. Close off these sell stops here. And that's it, guys. That's a trade. What's my profit? To be honest, I don't know. It's like roughly just over $1,000, you know, maybe 1.1. There's no way of me to tell. And I don't know what my initial balance was. But it's roughly, I think, like just around like $1,000. So let's do a quick recap, guys, and then we're going to close off the stream. But we tried going, liquidity was swept. But remember, salient points for today before I close off the stream. Liquidity was swept only from a wick perspective. So what did I say? I'm not loving this liquidity sweep, but it could be the sweep where it pushes higher. So what do we do? There was a shift in market structure on NQ. We realized that ES was the stronger pair, so we took ES, even though that the PA was a bit better. We took it right there, okay? What price did is it pulled back into the inversion fair value gap, pushed higher, created minor buy side liquidity, took us out. So it was basically a break-even trade. I lost $50 on it. Price aggressively pushed lower. We saw this as a possible Judah swing. Nothing on the 1 hour, on the 4 hour seemed bearish at all. So our thesis was, okay, maybe it engineered all these highs, so these highs and these highs, for it to grab later. So once it inverted this IFEG here, and we were watching also this one right here on NQ, once it showed signs, we got in on a long. So our long was right there. See, right above it. Price pushed higher, took out minor buy side, pushed lower. We used all of this PD arrays to protect our stop loss. We scaled in here because at this point, it's either it's going to drive lower and take us out of zero, or might as well just double our position. So we doubled up on the pullback. We scaled out once it took these highs right there. And then again, once we took out these highs right here. And that's the trade, guys. If you guys made profit, close off the charts. It's pre-NFP. Guys, it's probably going to be shit price action today. So I'm just being honest with you. Okay? Enjoy your day. If you guys took a small loss, I'll probably say the same, guys. Just unless there's like an A+ trade setup, be very careful today. Take care, guys. Thanks for the support. And I might stream tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. But if I do, it's going to be 6:45. Take care, guys. And if I don't talk to you, have a great and healthy week.